It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Thursday, November the 30th. I'm Michael Groff, wrapping up the warmest November on record here in the Valley and also the period of meteorological fall. September, October, and November, we had no measurable rain, and that is only the second time in 121 years of record keeping that has ever happened. The last time was 1938. So, when will this dry weather end? When will we finally see some precipitation? Well, unfortunately, we have some bad news on that front. Let's get out there and talk about it this morning. 77 degrees the high in the valley yesterday. That's above average. The morning low of 57, way above average. And outside right now, here at 7:50 a.m., we're under cloudy skies. Look at that. Pretty bad air quality out there. Plenty of haze in the air. And we are at 63 degrees as this day starts off at Sky Harbor. Dew points at 39, humidity 42%. The winds are light and the barometer is steady. Temperatures across the region this morning, how about 54? That's the cool spot at Fort McDowell. Most of us, though, are in the low and middle 60s in Phoenix. These are about 15 degrees above where we should be for this time of year. The water vapor satellite view, we've got a cutoff low off the Southern California and northern Baja coast, and that's helping to advect some subtropical moisture in the mid and high levels around here, and even a little bit of rain showing up on radar. Now, some of this is just not reaching the ground, so this is probably a little bit deceptive, but maybe just a very light sprinkle across portions of southern and eastern Arizona this morning, and we could see a sprinkle perhaps here in the valley today, but just wouldn't count on it. The watch warning map, there's our air quality alert here in Maricopa and much of Pinal counties. So it is not a good day to be out and about. You should probably decrease your outdoor activities, particularly if you suffer from asthma or emphysema. Elsewhere across the country, some dense fog advisories in sections of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. But overall, this has been a very quiet November nationwide. Look at the convective outlook for today. It's a blank map. No organized areas of severe weather. No thunderstorm areas forecast across the contiguous United States. And the bad news for us, rainfall for the next 7 days. Now we're showing nothing. In fact, practically nothing statewide. And we'll talk about why that is and the evolution of this complex weather pattern as we go out to the models. Here's the GFS. This is the 06Z run, valid at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time today. The view up at 18,000 feet. Little short wave or cutoff low off to our west today, and that will continue the broad southwest flow aloft, importing some mid and high-level subtropical moisture around here. Down at the surface today, it's a cloudy day. Probably we'll see the sun try to shine through the clouds at times, but generally we'll just call it cloudy with highs in the mid and upper 70s. There might be a light shower or sprinkle somewhere, especially in the higher terrain north and east of Phoenix, but measurable rain is certainly not anticipated. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies will continue, lows in the 50s to low 60s, so well above average temperatures continue. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy in the morning, might see a bit more sun by the afternoon, but still plenty of clouds around. Highs in the upper 70s, we might even touch 80. Pretty much the same thing on Saturday, partly sunny skies, highs 77 to 80. Sunday, we've got a trough that's approaching from the northwest, but all of the energy and dynamics with this feature are going to stay to our north as the GFS is getting into much better agreement with the European. Highs generally mid and upper 70s. There'll still be some clouds around. Monday, the trough and associated cold front continue to approach slowly, and we'll call the day partly cloudy, highs mid and upper 70s. Tuesday, that passes us by pretty harmlessly. There might be a light shower again in northern or eastern Arizona, but around here, rainfall is not anticipated. Highs might cool off just a bit, low to mid 70s. Same thing on Wednesday, a breezy day potentially with that feature passing us by, but overall, still just partly cloudy with highs 73 to 76. Here we go to a week from today. This is Thursday, the 7th of December. We've got ridging off the west coast, a big trough in the east as the pattern becomes very high amplitude. And this is, again, in very good agreement with the European. The models have come into pretty good sync with regard to the overall weather pattern for the next 10 days. And this is going to spell high temperatures still above average, although not crazy. We'll still have highs low to middle 70s. We should be in the mid and upper 60s at this point in the year. This is Friday, the 8th of December, and again, high pressure off the west coast, troughing in the east. Same pattern continues as we go out to the end of the 10-day forecast period, Saturday, the 9th of December. and maybe some energy would try to cut off south of the state. We're not going to take that into consideration at this point. And let's go out even further. This is the probability of measurable precipitation, 1/100th of an inch or greater. And this goes through December 14th at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Yeah, the chances aren't very good here in the Southwest. That is not a very encouraging graphic. You might say, oh, well, it's got, 30, 40% chances across Arizona, higher percentages over the higher terrain, maybe lower further to the west. But, well, what that really means is it's pretty likely to stay dry here in Phoenix for at least the next 15 days. And there's no sign that this pattern is going to break down, at least through the middle part of December. It might start to change as we head to the latter half, and maybe by about Christmas time, we could see some cooler and unsettled weather. But there is certainly no guarantee of that at this point. Let's check the temperatures coming off the GFS ensemble through the period. And this has us down in the mid and upper 60s through parts of next week. And that'd certainly be nice. But prolonged periods of below normal temperatures or any signs of significant precipitation, just not in the cards at this point, unfortunately. And that is going to wrap it up for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video comes back here tomorrow morning. And even if you don't like the message that we're sending about the lack of precipitation, but you like our videos, be sure to subscribe so that every time we post a brand new one, you'll get the notifications. Otherwise, hope you guys have a safe and happy Thursday.